Welcome back. Well, in this video I finally finished off the barn doors. I had to make in the end 5 barn doors, and they're all double, so essentially 10 doors, and obviously as I went along I found little improvements to make the process easier. Now, one of the learnings I've had from this, which I did mention in the last video, is building these in position in my mind is a no-brainer, and it allows you to get them super accurate. Now, I did some TIG welding, and where I've done that, had to grind them back to bright clean metal, and you can see in the end most of the joints I did were not miters. I just stacked them like this, and it was easy to assemble because a lot of time I was working by myself, and just made the process easier. So you can see that G-clamp there, just holding it, and there's a plate in between those two doors to make sure it stays in the right position and gap. This is part of the crossbuck, so I do mark this because I want to be sure that when it's closed they align properly, so it was nice just to know where they needed to end up. These are little extra pieces I added on all the doors for door handles and locks, and I'll sort them out a bit later. Now, until these crossbucks are in and tacked, I keep them supported in the bottom and in the middle, because you really need that crossbuck there to keep them solid, and once that's in with that triangle sort of shape, it's not going anywhere. Now, I found for the crossbucks it was easier just to cut it by hand with a hand grinder. Now here's the front door, just taking all the spaces out, just checking it, and as I said, the way these are welded together, they're very solid, they're not going anywhere. And I have made the frames separate obviously and installed them before I put the wood in because they were just too heavy. The rear door is nearly 5 meters wide, and because of that I decided on 2 crossbucks or a full crossbuck on each door because of the size. So as I said, it's nearly 5 meters and about 3.5 meters high from memory. Now, I took advantage of the sun. It's winter now in Australia, but there was the odd sunny day, and as soon as those opportunities come, I get painting done or whatever I need to do outside, and I was quite lucky on this day. It allowed me to get most of the painting done. It's just an epoxy enamel, self-priming, and you can see it like the other doors, they come up really good. This is the office door, just checking the fit, and yeah, everything went together super well. They've turned out as good as what I'd hoped for. There's another look at the front door and the back. Now, a lot of work goes into these doors, and you know, everything takes time, but I only want to do it once. Once I had all the frame made, I cut the timber to suit, and then it was just the process of taking my time to stain and clear coat them. And with the weather, that process was pretty slow because it's oil based. This is the process I use for putting them together, and it worked pretty well, just having a strap there just to make sure if they decided to fall over that they'd have some sort of support. Now, I tried to fit the timbers in really tightly because it is winter. This is when they're going to be expanded the most, so you don't want them to be loose because when summer comes around they might shrink a little bit. I don't want to end up with excessive gaps everywhere. They're the screws I use, similar colour to the stain, so they sort of are barely visible. Let me know what you think. I really like the way these have turned out. The inside is just that timber look, so you can't see any of the crossbuck. And it's really nice to finally keep the weather out too, because it is getting super cold here by our standards. So here's a look at what they look like now. All the doors are done. There's just timber on one of the small doors at the back that I need to install, but everything else is done. Now, at this point, I started thinking about the office, and I do want to have a heater in there. So I was going to put this pot belly, and I just started thinking about where I was going to put it, and I thought I'd test it.
God, this is so hot. This is miles too big. Yeah, don't have them cook in there. I'm going to have to get something smaller. Unbelievable. Even the wall of this workshop's getting warm, and it's a cold day and it's outside. That marquee is going to probably melt. Oh well, back to the drawing board on this one.
So the marquee I've had up here for nearly 2 years, and I tell you, it's done an amazing job. And I don't know how it's withstood storms and rain and everything we've had, but it was finally time to take it down, and it looks so much better now with that opened up.
Alright, so finally I'm going to start finishing one room, and that'll be this office. So I did mention in an earlier video, I'm going to do something really unique on this floor, and you'll see that in the next few weeks. I've done the barn door, so it's a double barn door, 3 meters wide, gives me room to get, you know, a car in here if I want, or bikes or whatever. The ceiling, I've got some ideas. I think I'm going to do like a timber ceiling. There's the sliding door and the window. I'll probably put a desk in this corner and have a TV and a fireplace and make it nice and cozy, because I'm going to spend quite a bit of time working in here. So anyway, let me know what you think. What should I do? This is a toilet I need to finish as well, and this timber here is the timber to finish the last barn door. So yeah, interested in what you think on what should I do. I want it to be like an industrial, I don't even know what it's called, industrial rustic industrial. Maybe somebody can tell me the type of finish that I put in the loft and what that's actually called, but it's going to be greys, blacks, browns, that sort of thing, and hopefully this is going to come out pretty unique. So yeah, let me know. Any ideas for this office space would be great. Put them down in the comment section.